All right, that's a little better. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Jason LaValle for Leadfoot Racing Entertainment, your number one provider of sprint car motion simulators, and we are here at Knoxville for the new season in iRacing and the SS-D2 sprint car motion simulator. And of course, like normal, when they update seasons, it messes up the graphics, so I worked a little bit on getting rid of the jaggies here, but there still is some kind of lag and stuff going on with the graphics. But we'll go ahead and see what we can do out here and do our best, and we'll go from there. And I guess I better check my other audio settings here in game to make sure that they're good to go. Okay, it looks like we are good there. And I don't remember, oh, this is not a fixed setup race. Let's see, Knoxville. So I'm not sure how much time we have left here, or what the track even looks like. It doesn't look too bad. So let's hop in and do some laps. I do have to start my motion software since I had to reload in. So we'll do that real quick. Okay, a little blank screen there. So bear with me, I gotta bring our proper look there. All right. Yeah, so a little bit of fumbling around here, got into the race and a little late, and then issues with my mic and earbud not being paired. So we might be in qualifying, possibly. Yep. So it looks hard to tell if that's slick, like slicking off, or if that's just kind of soupy. And we'll just run the cushion for this lap. Track is pretty smooth, so that's good. So yeah, not a lot of noise from our actuators. SCN6s tend to be powerful and slightly elevated amount of noise, but not too bad right now. I imagine we're probably qualifying towards the back of the pack. We don't have like a crazy fast setup for this track. So we'll load into heat racing setup. And results. Yep, so we're way in the back of the pack. Holy cow, we're like the super slowest car out here. Only 11 cars, so everybody makes it. So there's that.
We put in plenty of fuel to finish the race. The estimated SOF is 3,410.
Yeah, I would bring up my,
There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish.
I'd bring up my eye overlays, but I don't have a third monitor set up like I used to, so go ahead and do some heat racing action and then right to the feature. See how it goes.
Line up on the outside. Pit road is closed. Catch stop 2. Car. One lap till we go green. Get ready, going green. Pace cars in. Green, green, green. Got about 5 laps of fuel left. 10.832. That was your top left of the station. Here we go. 50.881. The lead is 50.56. White flag, one more lap to go. 50.95. We're almost out of fuel. Might not make it to the end. There's the checkered flag. Great job, driver.
Yeah, so the car feels pretty slow and doggy, so I'm probably going to go and do an adjustment to the gear and see if we can get a little bit more RPMs out of the engine. So I'm going to go ahead and load in our race setup and see how it goes. Yeah, I love and hate releases of the new seasons because, like I said, every time they roll out a new season, there's always issues with VR headsets. So, great times, great times. So yeah, that's why you'll see kind of like jaggy edges and stuff. Because I gotta go ahead and try to fine tune again the graphic settings so it clears up the picture, but that takes time. So we'll go ahead and look at me with the hand out the window. At least I'm not saluting with doing the one finger salute to anybody. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and change that setup, and we'll watch the heat race after that and get ready for feature action.
Green flag, green flag. We've put in plenty of fuel to finish the race. The estimated SOF is 3,410. There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish. Still waiting on 2 cars to grid. Waiting on the final car to grid. Everyone's gridded. Line up on the inside. Pit road is closed. Catch stop 6. Car. 1 lap to green. Get ready, going green. Pace car is in. Green flag, green flag. Outside. Slow. Clear outside. Car outside. Slow. Clear. 8.603. Inside. Clear inside. Car inside. Clear inside. 60.468. 70 bucks left position. Car inside. Clear inside. 60.27.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Left position. Inside. Hold your line. Clear inside. 60.406. Inside. Clear, clear. Stay high. Stay high. Clear inside. You've got wheel damage. Looks like one of your wheels is out of alignment. You'll have left grip out there. 8.224. Deleted. 2.063.
Are you kidding me,
Yellow flags
dude?
out. Line up single file.
Are you
Pit road is
kidding
closed.
me?
Catch stop 4. Car. Toss the height car. Catch stop 4. Car.
Appreciate you ruining my race there, Bubba. That's a report.
Yeah, my bad.
Pit road is now open.
Don't throw it if you can't clear it, brother.
Catch stop 4. Car.
I got tight, my bad.
One lap to green. Get ready. Going green. Toss up 11. Car. 8 cars in. Green, green, green.
kidding me, man. You're so fucking bad.
7.007. 20 minutes to be covered. White flag. 1 more lap to go. 7.071.
You're such a piece of shit, Wyatt.
Sorry about that, Aaron. I thought you were going to fly all the way up there. I didn't mean to kind of get into you
Put the
there.
flags out. Great job, driver.
Dude, you are so terrible, Wyatt. You're a poor excuse for people on here for racing, man.
All right, we're not the fastest car, but we did not need help making ourselves slower. Unfortunately, that's kind of what happened with this number, whatever car that is. This car number 11, Eric Hudson. So I ended up pushing high into us. We got into the guardrail, and then laps later on a restart, I did it myself, so kind of added insult to injury, so to speak. So we'll go ahead and take a look and see exactly what happened here. So pretty much running the cushion. Had to get off the throttle there so I didn't run into the back of 14. So again, running the high line. So I end up coming down the track slightly. And he ended up going up the track quite a bit. Ran into our front end. I'm surprised there wasn't more damage on the right side. So yeah. So lost kind of steering. Can see my front tires pretty well towed out pretty hard. But then he ends up getting a taste of his own medicine, and then he complains about it. Let's see, right here. So yeah, it looks like there's a whole lot wrong with this. So 14 got all squirrely on the entry of the turn. Went a little too high, ended up catching the guardrail. Upset his car quite a bit. Still trying to gain control. And then Hudson is having some control issues. So I'm not quite sure what 14 was trying to do. If he was planning on staying in the mid track or not, but that did not happen. So it's kind of a little bit of what happened to me, except there wasn't a rut on the turn where I got ran into. So I had a pretty big hop there. It almost looks like netcode, because it almost looks like it runs over a right rear, but there's nothing there. So yeah, I would chalk that up to netcode. But either way, at least we finished one position ahead of where we started with our busted car. But we'll try and do a run here later. I might stream it, I might not. Kind of this lag in my headset again until I figure it out. That might not be the best thing to try to stream and fine tune at the same time. So we might not live stream. It all depends. So I do want to make an announcement though. If you are in Wisconsin on April 13th, you can find me at Plymouth Fairgrounds in Plymouth, Wisconsin, underneath the grandstand, so you can hop in this very same sprint car motion simulator and run some laps on whatever track that I choose for the day. So I know I have a number of favorite tracks, but I want to make sure that it is wide enough for everybody to be able to enjoy. So we'll have to decide between now and April 13th what we're going to do. The event starts at the fairgrounds open at 11 a.m. So I'll be there from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So come by, say hi, and hop in this bad boy and experience it for yourself. So we're going to go ahead and head out since, it wasn't a very good race for us, but we ended up finishing one position more than what we started, so can't go wrong there, except I think we ended up with quite a few incident points. Let's see what we ended up with. Oh, surprisingly, we're only charged with one incident, which is 2 points. So, not bad. Oh, looks like we actually might have, let's see, what are our results? So, yep, I picked up 2 spots from 11th to 9th. So, I'll take it. And we'll see you out on the next time. Until then, like always, peace.